Hello, beloveds. It's been a while since I did a little video here, so it's November 14th, a Friday, and it's been a really huge week, I'm sure for you as well as for me. My internal journey is what I want to share about today. With being a co-sponsor of Guardians of the Sacred, I've taken that very, very deeply to my heart to be a guardian of what's sacred, and I've been called to examine my life and my home. I'm moving things in my home majorly, and just really asking is, how do I care for this that is sacred? How do I care for this thing that is sacred? How do I care for me, who is sacred? How do I care for my thoughts and feelings that are sacred? And everything is sacred. It's our perspective and our attitude that makes it so. So, I've had many ups and downs in these last few days, and in that, I've enjoyed immensely growing into a new me and making changes in my thought processes and my habits and my physical world that will let me be a greater me. One of the messages that I was reminded of this morning is, I was taught once by Spirit, but when in my inner contemplations, that in true math, we're talking real math that should be being taught, there's no division, and there's no greater than or less than. All is equal, and if you have one thing, it can become 1,000 without dividing. It multiplies. Say you have one seed, it becomes 1,000 seeds. So everything we do can be considered that way, that there is no division. It's not in the equation. And greater than or less than is only vertically. And that is only in that I can be a greater me the higher the dimension I go. And I would be a smaller me the tinier I go. It's just small and large. No, there's no judgment about greater than or less than. It's just bigger or smaller. Don't have to put any other meaning on it than that. What you can hold, what you can carry, can be greater when you're in a highly productive and creative space than when you're in a really challenged and condensed space. And we all know that that's true. So as I was contemplating those things, I was guided to pull 3 of my goddess cards. So I mixed them, and usually I spread them all out, and I pick one from this end and one from another end, and wherever I'm drawn to. But these 3 cards came out together, and they are, see these? Aren't they beautiful? Look at that mama bear in the middle. So we have Ihi. Let's see if I can get it in focus. There she is. Ihi. And we have Pele, Hawaiian goddess of fire. And we have Unyo. Look at her. Bear clan. So I sat with those cards and just, without even looking at the faces of them as I drew them, I just held them to myself to feel what they felt like. And I could feel this stirring within of a new energy, wanting to embody. And I knew there were 3 goddess forms that wanted to teach me something, guide me something, share something, become something in me. And then, so I spent time with them, and then I looked at them, and I just, you know how that is, how that feeling that you get. And I was especially drawn to Unyo, bear mother. And bear mother is protective. She's nourishing. She cares well for her children. She teaches her children carefully. She guides them. She watches over them. She loves them. And when their children are in danger, mama bears really rise up. And the biggest message from these 3 cards for me is the children are really in danger, and we must rise up. And I'm feeling this new rising up. And then Pele, the goddess of fire, she's about new life through fire. And Yehi is new life from the sun. They don't get very clear, but you can get the feeling of them. They're both fire. They're both new life. They're both about redefining your life. And with all the planets that just went retrograde, we're in the re's. Recalibrate, reconstitute, reform, revise, renew, regenerate. And I'm looking very much forward to each day that comes as I regenerate with these strengths within me, the birthing someone new in 2 forms, and both through fire and that earthy bear mother, protective, intense, summertime. Spring, summer, fall, not in winter, and it's winter now. In the winter, she goes in the cave. But this is not what's being asked of me right now. And I'm glad to share that with you. So thanks for listening. In the comments, I'm going to put the link to the Guardians of the Sacred magazine that Kalina Baines created through Global Grandmothers Council Network for Grandmother Flor de Mayo and her event that's happening this weekend in New Mexico. You can still sign up and get to live stream, get a link to live stream it, and at least connect in with your heart. There is so much happening. Connect with your heart, join together. Now's the time. Like our global ambassador Michelle says, it's a call to arms, grandmother's arms wrapping around the children. And this is what is really needed, is we need to protect the children. And to protect the children means to provide a place for them where they're safe. It's not about battling, it's about providing a safe place. So let's be creative and let's create some safe places for our children, and the children who've lost their parents, and the children who are alone, and the children who have no food, and the children who are struggling to just survive.